presented by Better Day. Jake Sniffles in the background. This is always presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Colby Marcio, alongside me, Jake Hassan. Folks, we made it. The weekend is here. Let's have the weekend of the century. We got a lot to talk about. NFL draft was last night. We got college baseball, MLB bets for tonight, and so much more. The nonsense is always off the top. Jake, thank you for being on time. Happy Friday.
I don't even care about the on time, Barb. I don't appreciate the sniffles comment. Yeah, I'm on day 4 of a sinus infection. Leave me alone.
Loud. That was all.
Yeah, okay. Well, I got an actual mic now, so that we don't have to go through that horrible out loud mic that is basically what your camera looks like right now, just in audio form. So listen, yeah. How's it feel? Ho?
What does stink is it is crystal clear on my end.
I think it usually comes through clear on the stream. Like the social clips come through clear too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Shout out to Riverside. Who knows what your problem is? Anywho, let's just dive right into it. Oh! I'm so glad I caught myself. I have to tell you guys something. And Matt's going to love it in the background. Also, shout out to producer Matt. The other day, I think it was Wednesday night. It was Wednesday night because it wasn't yesterday. My girlfriend Jess did a White Sox parlay. She did a White Sox parlay. I sent it to you guys. It was like 850 plus
something like that, yeah.
And she cashed it before the 5th inning was over. And she goes word for word. This is no exaggeration. And she's somebody who will throw a parlay together every so often and have no reasoning behind it other than vibes and her saying what he can't get 4 strikeouts. He's a pro, which I respect the hell out of. It's hilarious.
We've all said that. Honestly, we've all been in that situation.
So it cashes, and then she gets all confident and goes, "That's right. I knew as soon as I placed the bet that it was an absolute MF lock. If I doubt any bet, it's automatically an L. But if I manifest knowing it's going to win, it's going to win." She's like, she goes, "I was so confident I was looking at what I was going to buy with those winnings."
And then she tweeted it. What she was going to get with the winnings.
Yeah, her ceviche, which was gas. But as always, the best gambler in your life isn't yourself. It's the person who doesn't take it seriously.
Oh, yeah. It's the person that just slaps it together. There was one time, like a couple of years ago, myself and Isaac Trotter have a friend from college who every now and then he'll just slap together a home run parlay, and he doesn't tweet it. It's usually just when he gets a free bet. Like if he gets a free bet for $20 or something, he goes. And honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea. Like I think if you get like a $50 free bet, I don't think it's a bad idea to slap. It's free money that they're giving you, so you might as well take a swing. So I don't mind that. But he's hit them like a ton. The amount of the hit rate that he had on these ridiculous home run parlays was astounding. Like actually genuinely PMO. So all that to say, the best bettor that you've ever met is just these people. What do you mean by these people? Who just slap it together and say, whatever, just for the vibes. And then they just win. Meanwhile, you and I are grinding Fangraphs, Baseball Savant, Batters-Box, and we have like a 30% hit rate. Awesome. Sick. Wonderful. Yeah. Love betting.
The greatest gambler. That's a good comment by Amanda saying she thought she had time to kill because Jake was usually late. The best gambler that I've ever met, and I mean this with all respect, I love this person, near and dear to my heart. Michael Kim is just a son of a bee when it comes to gambling. He worked with me on Live on the Line and would just come into the office and just say the most random plays. He kept rolling over. He would just be betting like no runs, yes runs, and would roll them over and then would bring in donuts and be like, "It was a good day yesterday." And then the one time I told him to take a Paul Goldschmidt stolen base because he was going to a Brewers Cardinals game. And he's like, "No, I'm not going to do that." It was like 28-1, of course, because it's Paul Goldschmidt. It was like 2023. And he came in the next day and goes, "You will not believe what happened last night. Paul Goldschmidt got that stolen base, and the whole time I was in my seat, Kimmer goes, I was screaming, no! No! Because he didn't bet it. But Michael Kim, one of the greatest gamblers of all time. And I think he's definitely more of a plums guy than like an analytics guy. He definitely would give out stats when the show was live on Live Online. But I don't know. I haven't spoken to him in a bit. Miss you, Kimmer. Hope you're well. If you're listening, you're the best.
Am I supposed to have a follow-up to that personal
No,
story?
I knew that's what you were going to say as well. All right, let's get into the draft.
I'm trying to promote our dumb show, okay?
I love when you say it's dumb. It's not dumb. It's fun. People in chat love it.
Why do the two have to be mutually exclusive?
Anywho, Jake asked me on a date the other day. Moving on to the draft. Let's get into the draft. Enough of the nonsense, even though that's part of the gimmick. I have a gripe, and it's a common gripe. It's a common take that people have when it comes to the draft. But I thought beyond that singular thought in the shower where I get most of my ideas. But let's start it off first. I'm sick.
Thank you for letting us know.
Of course, bathe twice a day, folks. I am just sick of waiting 5 extra minutes to know who the first overall draft pick is. Like the number 1 pick team doesn't know who they want. They've had since Jan 1, essentially, to know who they want. Get it just soon as the thing starts. I want Goodell walking out with the card. They should have that thing ready to go before that thing starts. No timer for the number 1 overall draft pick. You know what you're getting. There's no trickery. There's no curveballs. And then I thought about this. The 2nd overall pick. They get less time than everybody else, and the 3rd overall pick. After the 3rd overall pick, 5 minutes start. Everyone, it goes 150, and then I'll go 250, and then 5 minutes for the rest. And I'm not saying that I want it faster. There's no need for us to wait around for these picks. They're pretty much set in stone weeks prior. MIO. So, Jake, thoughts?
I agree with you about the first overall pick generally being set in stone.
It should be literally the second team's clock should be ticking as soon as it starts.
And like, so ipso facto is then the second team's pick generally set in stone. Yes. Then I feel like the 3rd pick is where they need the time, because I feel like trade calls are being made, offers are at least being floated, even if you're not taking those deals. Like the 3rd overall pick is probably when phone calls are being made, barring like the 2nd overall pick being, I mean, even if that is, barring, I should say, the 1st overall pick being something nobody expected. But generally, like, I feel like the 3rd overall pick is where teams are making phone calls, trying to trade up, blah, 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 blah. So I get it. Yeah, I agree with the 1st. The 2nd pick, I feel like, should still have a good amount of time, because you might have like one last desperate team trying to jump up or something. Because you've seen the 2nd overall pick be traded for before on draft night. Like, that's not unheard of. So, yeah, I mean, like, I get what you mean about the 1st pick. I'm willing to give more wiggle room on the following picks, even the 2nd.
I think it should be less time. It shouldn't be 5 minutes. It should be a less amount of time, in my opinion. Like 2:30.
But here's the thing. But that's like, you're thinking of this too literally, Colby. Like, they need that time, they being like the powers that be.
Do you know how short of a time 5 minutes is, though? Think about talking to me on the phone. 5 minutes.
It feels like forever. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not.
And
never mind.
Gross. Bless you. Any other? Were you by chance shocked that Fernando went number 1? I was.
I mean, I was stunned. I fell out of my chair. I just, it's really couldn't.
I couldn't believe my hot take last night. I almost had to delete Twitter.
This is a stupid. We shouldn't even. This is a bad bit. We shouldn't even do this.
It's not a.
This bit sucks.
I thought Jeremiah Love was going number 1. Ashton Genty, Jeremiah Love. Think about that backfield. Think about how many yards they won't get because of no offensive line. Right. All right, it's a bit. It's a bit, folks. We knew Fernando Mendoza was going numero uno. Also, this pissed me off. Fernando's obviously at home. He's with his family. He's with 900 million loved ones. And he's not having the theatrics of going to the actual physical draft because he's at home. I didn't like that they had a reporter at his home. Like, so when he got up after shaking and hugging everybody, they're like, so Fernando, how does it feel to be a Las Vegas Raider? And he's like near the bathroom in the hallway. What? And I was like, what's the point of this if it's basically still like he's at the draft?
I mean, I get they kind of have to do that. He's the number 1 overall pick. Like, you kind of have.
I don't remember that happening with Baker. I'm trying to think of ones in the past. I don't remember. Baker's the only obvious one that I remember being at home. Is what.
But also think about how the draft has evolved, and much like everything with the NFL, how the theatrics have increased and how much access people demand and Like, and also we don't know, maybe because obviously Fernando Mendoza had to say, the family had to say, yeah, you could come in, let's go, let's do it. Like, we don't know. Maybe Baker Mayfield and his family were like, no, kick rocks, wait in the bushes outside, like you're Brian Windhorst reporting on LeBron James. Like, it's. You know what I mean? Like, it's possible that they've tried this before. Maybe Fernando Mendoza is just the only one in recent history who said, yeah, sure, I'm cool with it. Let's go. You have to consider that aspect.
It just bugged me. I'm like, what's the point? I understand. Don't get me wrong. I know he's number 1 overall pick. It's the most important pick. But to just get up after hugging everybody to go to the hallway, probably feet away from the John, to be like, yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. And, typical Fernando fashion,
right,
saying his typical weird stuff. But good for him. I don't know what to expect out of him. But let's move on to other picks. Jeremiah Love going to the Cardinals. Cool, but also kind of taking one from the Raiders playbook from last year. No offensive line, getting a great running back.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, you're going to, who's even set to start for the Cardinals right now?
Jacoby Brissett.
Like, you're right. It's just the Raiders. Like, you're just going, let's draft a running back high with a veteran journeyman quarterback and just let him get killed out there. Sure.
And it's not saying that Jeremiah Love's bad in any way. He should have gone.
No, sure.
People are like, well, running back in the year of our Lord 2026 going in the top 5. Yeah, he was a Heisman finalist. Yeah, he's worth being drafted that high. Same thing with Gentry. Gentry should have been a Heisman Trophy winner. But I would say the biggest shock is the Rams investing in their future when they still have a guy in his prime, despite been playing since 2009.
Let's talk about that, actually, because so Ty Simpson, for the people who aren't aware, if you've been in a coma or just don't care about the NFL draft, Ty Simpson gets drafted by the Rams. They trade up. They famously have Matthew Stafford, MVP winner on their team. Reigning MVP winner at that. Matt Stafford, also 67 years old, and we were doing memes almost a year ago of the Rams replaced Matt Stafford with a body double. Matt Stafford's been dead for weeks. And then, yes, he went on to win the MVP. But the point being, the guy's not getting any younger. We have concerns about his back holding up, about his body holding up. I think this was very smart by the Rams. Like, we all make the jokes and the tweets of, oh, well, like Stetson Bennett, next guy up once Stafford, retires and kicks it. That was never actually going to happen. I give the Rams credit, but also all the fall, like the Schefter tweet immediately. The Rams called Matthew Stafford this morning with their intent to draft Ty Simpson in the draft. Like, yeah, no kidding. Like, you think? I don't know. Like, it's all very, and again, this goes back to my point of like, the NFL draft is just theatrics at this point. That's why they give the Raiders 5 minutes to make their picks so that Mel Kiper can get up there, and Colby, credit to you for getting back from Pittsburgh already.
Fernando is going to go number 1 overall today.
Yeah, and just give them the runway to talk about, whatever, and we could still all get our tweets off about a certain coach and a certain reporter and look at our phones. But it's just like, that's what it's all about. It's just the theatrics.
I didn't pick up on that joke, but
okay.
Somebody made the comment yesterday that is Ty Simpson the Will Levis of this draft, and I said no. That's a completely different animal. One, Ty Simpson had a far better college career than Will Levis. I think Will Levis was kind of a nobody until the draft in his season, because they're like, oh, he's a pro-ready quarterback that played an SEC team that didn't do jack, compared to a guy who was on the trajectory of potential Heisman finalist
Yeah.
and went to the playoffs. Far
was
better
talked about a
career, in
lot
my
as a
opinion.
Heisman candidate before the college football season.
I never bet Will Levis to win Heisman, but
Yeah.
I sure as hell bet Ty Simpson at the beginning of the year to win the Heisman Trophy. So,
God, that was a lot of fun.
which actually I accidentally bet Jeremiah Love instead because they were the same odds and I just didn't pay attention. Notorious bet by me. Yep. Just move on. Let's go to our neck of the woods. Let's talk about the Bears getting that white boy from Oregon. They want a white boy that's going to cook. Shout out to our new safety, Dylan Thieneman. A lot of people are happy about this. I'm on the fence. You're more of, I really don't care until I see him play on the field, as we talked about before we got on here and it clicked live. But what the Bears need is not a white boy from Oregon that is possibly going to be cooking the backfields. But I just want to keep saying white boy. I'm sorry.
I picked up on
pass rushing. They need pass rushing. They did an incredible job last year with turnovers through the air, blah, blah, blah. They didn't pressure the quarterback. So I don't really understand. I know they needed a guy in the backfield, but you're telling me there was nobody to get pass rush wise?
Yeah, I was the same way. Like I kind of agreed with you that they needed pass rush, but also like you kind of have to consider where they were as far as like what was available, because it's what happened was because they also needed safety. They need backfield help because all of their safeties walked out the door in free agency. And honestly, if Malachi Lawrence hadn't gone at 23 to the Cowboys 2 picks ahead, or the Miami kid Akeem Mesidor, like the Bears kind of got they kind of got shafted here, because it went like Caleb Banks, defensive tackle, goes to the Vikings at 18. Then it goes offensive tackle, wide receiver, offensive tackle. Then the 2 edges go back to back, and then the Browns take a wide receiver. So it's like you have to consider that like the board just kind of fell that way. I kind of think if either of those edge rushers, and I think the Bears probably wanted Mesidor from Miami more than anything. I had seen that kind of in the Twitter zeitgeist of Bears Twitter. So I don't know. I think they were planning to take an edge. There wasn't one that they particularly liked more than the other, so they went with safety, which was also a giant need. And maybe you get somebody in the second round. Because the Bears still have. I mean, they have the 25th and 28th picks in the second round today. So you can theoretically package those picks to move up, do whatever you want. Like I feel like they still have options to get an edge rusher. I think it'll be totally fine.
Yeah. You got anything else for NFL draft you want to get off your chest? Any hot takes? Anything you talked about yesterday on your show? Blah, 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 blah. Anything?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's about it. You want to get college baseball out of the way before we touch on something I want to ask you pro prop wise, but we can get on your college props first. What's going on, Ron Mux? Everyone in chat, what's up? How you doing? Happy Friday to the people listening to the audio after the live recording. Hey, what's going on?
We also appreciate you. I would just like to make a comment. You didn't say anything about me getting a haircut today, and my feelings are a little bit hurt about that, but we move on. 2 college bets that I have today.
Didn't even notice.
Why do I even try? You know what? I'm canceling my date.
Guys, he got a haircut for the date.
Anyway.
Hold on. Let me get my book for the date. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Where's it at? There it is. And here's the book Jake will bring. So it'll be 2 books. Mine will be Milk and Honey. And then Jake will have Zen in martial arts.
See, I would just like to make the comment that you make fun of me for reading these books. They're on your bookshelf. You are the literal owner of these books. And you're the one saying that, oh, Jake's bringing Milk and Honey to the bar. It's on your shelf. You've already read it. I did read it. You jackass. Like, what are we talking about here?
Hold on, let's see another one.
God forbid I go to the brewery yesterday and I read Project Hail Mary for a little bit, but no, you want to throw stones at me about Milk and Honey, which is literally on your bookshelf.
Jake will bring this book to the bar and be like, "Oh, this is gonna get somebody just off the cover." He'll be like, let's get a philosophy book out. Again, I bought this for the cover. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I just, man, whatever. Man, what? You know what, man? Whatever. Anyway.
Oh no! I should have said you're gonna bring this.
What even is that?
It's the Creative Act, A Way of Being. Let me tell you, an impossible read.
Again, the owner of the book is making fun of me for bringing these performative books to the bar. They are on his bookshelf. I just, again, want to point that out. Project Hail Mary, by the way, awesome book. What is it? What is? I can't see the chat. I can't see the chat. What's happening?
Anywho, that's our secretive sponsor.
What's in the chat? I can't see it.
Oh, Amanda said, "Did you guys meet on Grindr?" Wait, you mean the place where you find out about up and coming athletes? Yes.
You mean? Never mind.
Two
college bets. Two college
yes.
bets that I got. If you're gonna give me Aiden King and his 1.54 ERA at home as a dog, I'm gonna take it every single time. Florida's playing Texas A&M. Aggies are playing really good baseball right now. They have a shot to win the SEC. They're much better than I thought they would be, but I can't pass on this price for Aiden King at home. And this Florida team is so frustrating, but they win games like these. They have the better pitcher. I'll go with them. I need to sniffle really fast. Hold on. All right, got that out of the way. Second college baseball bet of the day. I went on a tangent that I'm out on Georgia Tech as title contenders, as a team that can win it all. However, I will still find opportunities to bet them on a game-to-game basis. You can lay a 1.5 with them today at -105. I think that's a good price for Georgia Tech after they got embarrassed against North Carolina last week. But then they bounced back. They run-ruled Georgia, who's the number 4 team in the country, run-ruled them in a midweek on a Tuesday. And now they get back home against Wake Forest, who's a nothing. Their starting pitcher, Chris Lavonis, is good, but gives up a lot of walks, gives up a lot of extra base hits. That's the bread and butter of this Georgia Tech team. I think laying a 1.5 at -105 is perfectly fine for that team. Those are the only 2 college bets I got today.
Hell yeah. How's the season been going so far? Up, down?
I mean, we're good. We're having everything has been, the betting as a whole has been kind of crap, but our futures are aging well. Like Florida's going to be in the tournament. They're a talented team. We have them at 40-1. Texas is one of the top teams in the country. We got them at 20, 17, 15-1. We bet them all the way down. They were the favorite just a couple weeks ago. They've been playing a little worse lately, but I always say I would much rather Texas stumble now in April than when we get to the tournament in June. So a lot of time, a lot of runway for them to figure it out. I think they will. They're way too talented not to. So I still think that our Texas futures are really good. And once we get to the tournament, we're going to have some bets that I'm really going to like. Like we've talked about Boston College here. We've talked about UNC on here. We've talked about fading certain teams. So I'm more looking forward to the tournament because, Colby, you understand how college sports work. Like you hit a point in the midseason where like things are just so – you have so much information about so many teams. The lines are so tight where you're like, okay, can I just get to the tournament so I have more angles, more different ways to attack this? Because you're kind of in no man's land here where the lines have everybody knows who everybody is. The lines have tightened. You're not really finding many edges. So, now at this point on a game-to-game basis in the college baseball season, I kind of find myself sitting back more until we get games like today with Florida where it's just mispriced and you just have to be paying attention.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, we're rooting for you. We're always rooting for you. Guys, make sure you always check out everything that Jake Hassan does with college baseball and the MLB. Speaking of baseball, the MLB version, folks, the new MLB Game Center over on Better Day is live. Major League Baseball projections, edges for sides, totals, and props. You can't have too many tools, folks. You always add more. You always need more. More tools in the shed, the better. Go check it out over at betterday.com. Question I have written down for you today, Jake, is attacking pitcher props early on, especially strikeout props. Are you for betting it right now, or are you for maybe waiting? As of right now, I'm on fence of, or the idea of waiting a bit, because it's still April. It's still so early. Some of the teams that last year were very high in strikeout percentages aren't striking out. The Angels, prime example. They're not striking out as much as they did last year. And our pitchers from last year that were super heavy, like super I'm going to bet this guy to strike out, blah, blah, blah. He's on fire lately. Aren't really going over those strikeout props. So I'm going to wait. I want to wait till maybe June at the latest what's going on with Slim Smith. And that might be too far, but then it's a far better sample size than, well, in the first full month of baseball, this team's pretty hot. And next month it could completely turn around because weather, people find their spots, people get into grooves. I feel
lineups
like
change.
Exactly. April doesn't feel like the month to bet pitcher Ks.
I agree with you for the most part. I definitely have found myself betting on more hitter props to start the year. I do like a good pitcher prop. And I mean, like, prime example of that, Colby, is like we knew we were taking a risk with Jose Soriano in his last start. I think that was on Wednesday. I liked the over 5.5. He ended with 4. And we said, even in that show, I said, the Blue Jays don't strike out a lot. They just don't. But I wanted to back Soriano because he's been lights out. And granted, he was still very good in that start. 5 innings, no runs allowed. His ERA went down from 0.28. It's bananas. But like, I agree with you. Like, there's still a lot changing. There's still a lot of guys who are adjusting to new spots in the lineup, new teams. I do think that you miss out on some like big numbers, like you miss out on some ladder opportunities for sure. But I've definitely found myself staying away from pitcher props in the early going here for sure. Just you don't have enough info. Like you just don't.
No. I've only bet 3 and I'm definitely 1 for 2. And I think
I've only bet 2.
Logan Webb out the gate against the Yankees.
Oh yeah,
that one. And then I bet Chris Sale. I forgot against who. And that was that game he crapped, but I got hooked. Yeah. That's when he punched himself in the face.
Yep.
And then Garrett Crochet's meltdown. I bet that game.
Yeah,
I'm not
was with you on
Webb.
I was with you on Sale, so we were 1-1 there, and then I had Soriano and I had Cole Reagans like 2 weeks ago or something, and that hit. So I'm 2-2.
Yeah, it's just, it doesn't. And what sucks is about, for me at least, when I'm more of a hitter prop guy. Everyone knows that. But I do look for Ks occasionally, and I hate when I do it. They're typically the most obvious spots, which are good and bad. But it is what it is. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Right now, I'm sticking to what's been working. Maybe I'll adjust as the weeks and months go by. I am still punching myself for not taking Walker Buehler walks on the marathon day. I just didn't bet it because it wasn't plus money. I wanted plus money, and obviously he hit before the 3rd inning, and it was 2.5 minus 105. I'm still mad about that because would have had a cash bet before 11 a.m.
Kind of sick. We should.
Yeah, it would be kind of.
We should go. Our next date should be the Boston Marathon Day. We should go to that game.
As much as I hate Boston teams, I love Boston. Boston's.
Yeah. I mean,
Boston's a little armpit. But... Oh, it's so walkable, and it's awesome. The North End with all the Italian stuff.
I'm going to completely sidetrack us here. I don't know why I keep yawning. This coffee did absolutely nothing for me, and that's why I drink Celsius instead of coffee.
Oh, because you want a heart attack?
I'm going to have one anyway. Have you met me? I'm stressed out all the time. Dude, I'm graying rapidly. I got home from my haircut and looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh, wow. Like, which granted, I'll take graying over losing my hair 1,000%. Like, we're way good here. Thank God. But, and I mean, I'm going to look hot as hell with salt and pepper. But my point being, I am so stressed out all the time. I am rapidly graying.
I'm gonna just let you have that.
Listen. You know what, Colby? I spent too long of my life thinking that I was an ugly chud. I'm gonna pat myself on the back now. In my golden years, as I approach 30, I'm gonna start appreciating myself a little bit. I look great, dude. So yeah, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. All right. Look at my dating history. I look pretty good.
I don't know your dating history.
It changes
every month.
Okay. mean.
And this
Not
was
nice.
this was
Not
and
nice.
this was Ketchin Hassan. You're on better day. All right, let's get into today. I have 2 plays, and I'm shocked that I have 2 because I really wasn't planning on adding another one, but I really liked it enough for the prices. I boosted them. But first, I'm going to start off by talking about the Dodgers tonight going up against Jameson Taillon. I think it's just an obvious, especially with the price. Today with the price, first 5 team total over 2.5 minus 105. I keep harping on this. The Dodgers should never be 2.5. I don't care who's on the bump. We're talking about the Monstars of LA. They're back at home. Jameson Taillon has not been great. He hasn't been sexy. And the Dodgers have 5 elite rated hitters. They're the number 1 team on the day, going up against the worst rated pitcher on the day. It's just a simple as that type bet for me today. It's the Dodgers back at home Friday night, going up against a guy who hasn't really pitched against anyone. I think the best team he faced on the road was the Pirates. I believe the Dodgers are far and away better than the Pirates. I don't care how hot the Pirates were. Minus 105 for 2.5 runs is a go. They're also the 4th highest scoring team in the first 5.
So I considered that. I looked at that. That was something that was on my radar as well. I'm instead going to go with a player prop in that game. Unfortunately, we have to wait and see if he's actually in the lineup. But I like Dalton Rushing. He rates out very well against Jameson Taillon. He's been awesome.
He's elite.
He's got 7 home runs and 27 at bats. He's been great. He's awesome. So
he has to be in the lineup type. He's so hot. He technically has to. I put him in the Substack. I put him in the photo of him. He's elite today.
No, that's what I mean. He's an elite. I think he's like the 6th overall rated hitter on Batters. Maybe 7, 6th or 7th.
All the elite rated hitters are lefties, and Taillon cannot throw to lefties.
No. So you have to wait and see, unfortunately, which sucks because the number's not up right now. So set your alarms. But if Dalton Rushing's in the lineup, I like his home run and I like his bases.
It's probably going to be both. Obviously, the home run's going to be plus money, but the base is going to be plus
1,000%. Well, because this is going to be one of those things where, like, this is why you should take advantage of Dalton Rushing while you can, because half the books probably don't know who he is. Oh, the Dodgers backup catcher, slap a number up there.
Yeah, they're not looking. Same thing with Mooney. I mean, they finally caught up with his hit price today, but maybe it's because he's going up against Miles Michaelis. It's still $1.75.
I think I think it's probably still more about Miles Michaelis.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I don't want to. I'm not touching Mooney today. I'm letting that rest. I'm just going to enjoy it. The one hitter I do like today, mainly because of the boosts I put on and the price for the homer. Junior Caminero taking on Taj Bradley.
It's the first thing I wrote down.
Taj Bradley in his return to the Trop. First time going back since 2024, obviously because of the hurricane tore it down, and is now as a member of the Twins. That and how hot Caminero has been worries me because notoriously Bradley can only throw at the Trop. That does concern me. And pitchers, I forgot what broadcast was talking about domes benefit the pitcher. Forgot what broadcast that was. It was the White Sox broadcast. They were talking about it yesterday. I was like, I've never heard that before. But I was like, that maybe that correlates why Taj Bradley pitches so well in the worst ballpark in America. Anywho, Caminero matches up very well against all of Taj Bradley's pitches, the nearly 50% fastball pitcher. 30% of his pitches are below league value. He has phenomenal trends, records a hit like 84% of the time in 19 elite ratings. Tonight is his 20th elite rating. Records a home run 25% of the time, has gone over his bases in 4 of his last 5. I boosted the homer to 555. I boosted the bases to plus 150, boosted the bases again to, or not 150, excuse me, 125 and 132. I was limited on both, and I had 2 books that I could boost it. So I said, we're throwing a full unit on this. If we're going to get tremendous value on a guy in a great spot, despite him going up against a guy who always shoves at the Trop, and he's on fire. I'm like, I'm willing to sweat this out for plus 550, plus 132 bases, and plus 125. What's going on, too?
Yeah, I mean, everything Colby said, I'm on Caminero home run as well, and the bases, the same, for all the same reasons, the Taj Bradley fade. Like Taj Bradley, though, you bring up the dome and he only pitches well at Tropicana. I will say he's been pitching so well to start the year, though. The regression's coming because like I wrote this down. Taj Bradley is the 2nd percentile for exit velocity. 2nd percentile.
Dude, he's given up 55% hard contact while having a 1.19 ERA.
22nd percentile hard hit rate. 16th percentile ground ball rate. Not good. So there's regression coming. Also, I can't believe you didn't bring this up. The last 2 times that Junior Caminero was elite rated on batters-box, homered in each of those last 2 games.
Oh, 2 of his last 5. He's homered in 2 of those last 5 elite ratings. Yeah.
Yeah, it's each of the last 2.
And I also wrote this in the Substack, colbymbets.substack.com, that 19 elite ratings is not the greatest sample size, but there's so much data baked into that I would trust that over any other stat. That's just 19 games worth. So it's so much. Taj Bradley, as I said, 50% fastball. It's 48%. I think he throws it more against right-handed hitters. He's struggling against right-handed hitters. Of course, if you're a 50% fastball, you're going to give up a ton of hard contact. So hopefully that ball soars out of the trop. Maybe it hits the catwalk into the parking lot. Who knows? Maybe it kills one of the Stingrays in center field.
Jesus.
They killed Steve Irwin.
I know, but still. Damn, dude.
I've caught a stingray a couple times.
What do you mean you've caught a stingray?
Catch. Fishing.
How do you catch a stingray? I'm genuinely asking. I don't even know.
Same thing like any old fish.
Really?
Yeah, dude. They're such a unique like reeling because it feels like because they're flat. Obviously, we know they're flat.
Sure.
So it feels like you have like a snag because you're just fighting it up. It's so cool, but it is kind of scary with that little tail flipping around.
Yeah, 1,000%. I don't know why I never thought of like how you would catch a stingray. That is interesting.
Oh yeah, the most annoying, like my parents live in Florida. I've fished in Florida my entire life. The most annoying thing about sea fishing is catfish. Screw those sons of bees.
Why is that annoying?
Screw them. They're the most easy fish to catch. Like you'll catch them. They're like the bluegill of the sea, if you will. Like nobody really wants to catch a catfish.
Colby, I don't know what the bluegill of the sea. What about me gives avid fisherman to you? Like,
sorry, known golfer, Jake Hassan.
Yeah, exactly. Like you picked fishing, I picked golf. There, we've covered the 2 white guy things.
Yeah, that is. Jess calls me big country because I like fishing. I said there's nothing country about me, and then she'll go, "You have a truck." I go, "It's a midsize."
You do have a truck and you like fishing. You are evolving into big country. I actually have to agree with her on this one.
And I hate country music, so I'm not country. I think country music is the most lazy written genre. It's a pander genre.
I'm not a country music person, so sure. I
just want to catch my fish.
As you know, I'm a pop punk princess, so.
Yeah, state champs. All right, let me know what else is on that list.
State champs is good, dude. I don't know, like you keep running this bit back. Even Matt's with me on like state champs is good, dude. You're missing out. Please hold. I'm betting more on Caminero home run just because you like it as well, and it's validating me.
Yeah.
Which is not a reason to do more bets, people. I'm just insane.
Do you know who I think? Do you like Bonneville?
Never experienced, never dabbled.
What?
To be completely honest with you,
dude. He has a festival coming up in Madison, I think, or somewhere in Wisconsin, and he's going as Bon Dylan, and he's doing a whole cover set of Bob Dylan's. I wish I was going.
Kind of a bad bet. I don't know that I like that. Okay, I actually have 3 more things here.
Let's go.
I like Cleveland today. I don't think -125 with Gavin Williams on the mound is a bad price to pay going against Max Scherzer. And how the Blue Jays have looked, their lineup is still all out of whack. They don't look good at all. So Cleveland on the money line, I think laying the -125 is fine, especially with soon-to-be MVP Jose Ramirez starting to find his swing. So, I'm going to war on this Jose Ramirez thing. I don't care.
I saw your Substack. Timeout. We got to talk about this. The sports and nonsense is fully back. So I was at work yesterday and somebody was looking up my Substack and they stumbled upon yours and they said, they jokingly said they were going to pay for your Substack. They're like, I think I want to be a henchman. And I go, what is that? And he goes, that's what he calls his sickos. And I fell over crying. I didn't know you had it written as henchman.
Go talk more. I'm gonna go blow my nose really fast.
So, for the people that don't know what I'm saying, Jake knows exactly what I'm saying. So, on Substack, for like your founders, or like, I don't even know what they consider founders. I think it's just like your diehard fans. I don't know. I don't like using the word fan either, but it's a community-based thing. So you get to name it. I named mine the Sickos. I didn't know what else to put. And Jake has it as the henchman, or his henchman, or Jake's henchman. It's something like that. And I didn't know this. And somebody told me this as a joke, and I lost it. That was the funniest thing anyone's ever said.
I'm gonna be so honest. I completely forgot I did that when I started it. Because like you're starting Substack.
That's the most you thing to have been worded as.
Well, because I love alliteration. So actually, it's technically Hassan's henchman when you do it, but it's also like that's what like so Hassan'sHacks.substack.com. That's what like the title is for the paid subscribers is Hassan's henchman, and I totally forgot about it until this moment. That's very
it's your
funny.
Founders. It's not your paid. It's your
founders, whatever.
Yeah.
So that explains the random free subscriber I did get yesterday that popped up. So shout out to that person.
Was it a skit?
Yes, that is exactly what it was. Yeah. That's hilarious. But
oh, that's gold.
Yeah. So if you want to read about Jose Ramirez MVP candidacy, that is on the Substack, Hassan'sHacks.substack.com. Last one, not second to last one that is some juice. I also think laying minus 130 with Skeens is okay today. Like, I know it's the Brewers, and I know they've been playing near the top of the NL Central, but so are the Pirates. I'm still not a Brandon Woodruff truther that he's all the way back. He's got a strong rating on Batters-Box, but I like this Pirates lineup. When was the last time you could straight up just lay minus 130 to win with Paul Skeens? I think that's perfectly fine, and I think the Brewers are in a bad way after they just had to see Skubal yesterday. Now, hey, how you doing? Here's Skeens on your head. I think the Brewers are in for a bad time. If you really want to get crazy, Brewers first 3 team total under, I think is perfectly fine. And then the last one for me here, last bet of the day. This is just a vibes play. Honestly, this is just vibes. Give me the Rockies to upset the Mets. Mets now feeling themselves, won back-to-back games, but Lindor gone, Soto back. Lorenzen's like kind of the Rockies stopper. Like Michael Lorenzen, like, it's also a price play. Like, should Michael Lorenzen really be plus 190 to the New York Mets? I don't think so. I think that's kind of a wrong price. So this is vibes. This is just Jakey narrative. I'm going to take the Rockies on the money line today.
Their team total is 2.5. Wow.
Like, and I'm not a Freddie Peralta believer. Like, I think Freddie Peralta is a very flawed pitcher. So I'll take the Rockies. I'll take the price. I'll take the almost 2-1.
I was looking at that game. I looked into Soto because he's elite against Lorenzen. I don't hate it. I didn't love it. I think if you needed a side play prop-wise, it's Soto. I don't know what his prices are, so I do apologize, but that was my only look in that game. It's also a tough day for player props. That's why I alluded to that. I'm shocked I have two. I don't have 2 bets. I have 4, but shocked I added more. Because there's a lot of aces on the bump. There's not a lot to like. And one, Rafael Devers being elite almost every day, I'm not looking into him.
How is that even possible?
Because it's a 3-year sample size. So over the last 3 years, he's been great. But he's untrustworthy.
He sucks.
Yeah.
He's bad. I don't know. I was talking about this because Isaac Trotter, I'm in a fantasy baseball league with him, and he drafted Rafael Devers over Matt Olson, and he was texting me yesterday. He's like, I can't believe I did that. He goes, I'm such an idiot. I overthought it. I galaxy brained it so much, and now I'm sitting here with fat, sucky Rafael Devers. I was like, yeah, man, that sucks. Sorry.
Dude, he's so untrustworthy. Who's another one I just completely ignore? I looked into Chase DeLauder, didn't like it, didn't like the matchup.
That is the one for me where it's like he keeps popping up as elite, and I just ignore it because he's been like it'll come back eventually. But the way he's playing right now, I can't trust that elite rating. Like Credit to whoever's
Let me
going to
look
have
it
that first home run and say, see, always was a believer. It's probably our producer, Matt. But no, I'm just kidding. He's much smarter than that. But it's just like DeLauder's rated elite every single day. And it's like, hey, are you watching the games? Because
Do you know the
he's
most
not right
shocking
now.
price of the day? Judge has a .756 rating today.
Mhm.
He's plus money on the bases.
Do
But
we just
the
play
problem
it?
is I can't assume McCullers is bad still because he's been fine. And
But
it worries me.
But is it a Judge thing? Is it just you get Aaron Judge plus money, you just take it? Like, is that
probably
just
have
the
to.
formula?
I always ignore James Wood, and I hate that I do that.
You have to ignore James Wood until he's on a hot streak, and then whenever he's on a hot streak, you ride that train until it goes off the tracks.
Randall Grichuk, Paul Goldschmidt. Not looking into that. Oh, I'm not looking into any Red Sox until further notice. I saw Willier and Jaron
agree with
Duran were
that.
elite. I'm like, oh, easy one. Bobby Witt Jr. I will probably not bet Bobby Witt Jr. ever again because they overreact to his prices. He's never going to be plus money for his bases. He's always going to be minus 125. I'm not paying that. Sure, I could go double home run. I just would rather not look.
Why would you? Yeah.
It's not like his double price is going to be sexy. They're probably going to be 3-1. The home runs, you probably get 3-1, and then the bait or the double is going to be 200. I'm good.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh, I also don't look into Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz, I'm good. Pete Carroll, pass.
Well, no, like Kurtz's prices, because he's had such a crappy start to the year, Kurtz's prices actually aren't bad. I was playing them for a couple days.
I want to make sure and look at Judge's prices. His home run price usually dictates my emotions.
It's very reasonable of you.
Witt, 2 hits. It's not a bad price. It's actually a really good price. Judge home run, 256 on a book that I don't acknowledge. It's not even a book. His bases plus 115.
Man.
Oh my God, that's insane.
That
is just ludicrous.
That's nice.
That's insane. I don't like talking out plays and looking them up because it's just a lot of dead air. Yeah, best price you could get $250 if you don't want to use that. What's the other thing? It's not a sports book. It's a what's the other type? Like Polymarket. And
like a trading market or whatever, the prediction market.
Yeah, get that out of here. It's not Poly. Also, shout out to FanDuel for having the best price on Aaron Judge's home run today, plus 250. Shouts out.
And they're offering a boost today too, so you could even get better.
Oh, I already used it on camera.
I know, but I'm just saying for those who haven't, I mean, you could get probably Judge 3-1 or whatever it'll be.
Yeah,
is my point.
And anything above like 225 on Judge is a go on a home run. I think anything under.
I agree.
What's the worst I've taken on Judge? Someone chirped me one time because I cashed, I think, a Shohei or a Judge plus 165 homer. I was like, I have to take this because I know what's going to happen.
I'm just going to.
And they're like, oh, he's making a video and overreacting. Shut up.
I'm never wasting money on coffee again. Why did I pay $7 for this coffee and I'm still tired?
Where'd you go?
A coffee shop down the street from me. I didn't go to like a chain. It's like a little.
What's the name?
I don't fucking. Sorry, I cursed. I know I'm not supposed to do that. You piss me off with these stupid questions. Like, I don't know, man.
Maybe I know him.
It's a coffee place that's right next to me. I didn't impart it in my brain. Because also, like, it's a nice place. Like, I'm not gonna give them bad pub. Like, it's just coffee doesn't work for me.
Support local.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do. Coffee just isn't for me. That's why I drink Celsius instead.
All right, folks. I think that's all we have for today.
Jake,
you got anything else you want to dish out to the people?
No. Follow me, Hassan'sHacks.substack.com. Become a henchman.
Yep. And you can find everything that I do over at Colby M Bets everywhere, literally everywhere. Twitter, Substack, Picket. Make sure to go to betterday.com. Check out the MLB Game Center for all your tools and needs. This is presented by FanDuel. Matty Ice is in the background waving to you all. Thank you all for being here. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast. Check out everything over at Better Day and have yourself a better day and a better weekend.